Abel.
And I'm Stella.
And today we're going to be experimenting with chalk.
Today we're going to be doing 3 chalk experiments.
First, making floating chalk prints.
Second, making mountains out of chalk rubbings.
Then, drawing with water and chalk.
An experiment is something that you do for fun. It's not a serious project.
We already know that you can use chalk for drawing outside on sidewalks, but what else can we use chalk for?
Today we're going to find out.
Let's get started. The first chalk experiment is called floating chalk prints. It's one of my favorites. Step 1 is going to be finding a tray that fits your little piece of paper, like mine, how mine fits. Step 2 is going to be to pour your water in. It doesn't have to be too deep. Now the next step is going to be to open up your chalk container. You're going to want to take the chalk and hold it in between your fingers like this. Then you're going to want to scrape some off with the knife. The chalk is going to float on top of the water. Experiment with the way that you're holding the chalk. You can switch colors and add as many colors as you want. If you look closely, you can see all the chalk floating on top of the water. Now, you're going to want to take your white piece of paper. It should be very, very, very thick. You're going to want to gently put it on the top. Now, pick it up. Pretty, right? Lay it flat and let it dry. Each of you have enough to make 2 of these prints. So start right away with the second. Time to pull my second print. Pretty, right? Now the secret is I'm just going to lay these flat and let them dry for a long time.
Experiment number 2, chalk mountains. Take your rectangle and start to rip it down the middle, all the way down, making a mountain shape. Now, with your mountains on a surface that can get dirty, take a color and sketch the outline and put a lot of chalk on the outline of your mountain. Now you're going to take your triangle foam and you're going to place your mountain up top where you want it to be. Try not to move it during this process and then just fling it up. Fling all the chalk off of it. Oops. You might need somebody else to help you. Repeat that step. You can use a different mountain or the back of the mountain. Put fresh chalk on each time. I'm done with my experiment. I made 3 of these experiments. And remember, they're made to be fun, so you can do it on the back. You can experiment with how you want your mountains to go. Explore with your chalk. I'll see you later.
Experiment number 3, drawing on colored paper.
we're going to experiment using this chalk on our paper. We got some water just to experiment and see what happens.
What happens if we dip our chalk into the water and then draw on paper?
I don't know. Let's get started. I hope you had as much fun as we did making these chalk experiments.
Number 1, floating chalk prints.
Number 2, making mountains with chalk rubbings.
And number 3, drawing with chalk dipped in water. Bye.
Bye. See you next time.
week. Chalk.
I'm done.
Your